Hey everyone, Mortgage Nerd here. So I've been saying this all year. If you're a buyer this year as rates are going up, just get the property you want. If there's a property you want and you can afford it, get it. Because right now you have some negotiation power. Remember, there's very little supply. Builders aren't building anymore because they're afraid of what's going on right now. So when the demand picks up again, there's gonna be less supply. It's gonna go crazy. Again, by getting a property now with a higher rate, all you have to do is refinance later. Or you can get the seller to pay down your rate. That's another strategy I have. Either way, look at what this long-term experienced realtor was. A realtor in the 80s, big radio show, all this stuff on finance, very conservative. But look at what he's saying. For someone as conservative as him to say this and agree with everything I've been saying, I think is pretty powerful. Check it out, what Dave Ramsey is saying.
100%. So seeing the home prices and that they're going to continue from what we're seeing from the data of supply and demand, continue to keep going up, not at this rate, not like that, but we'll continue to see it go up. So even if you bought a home, if you had the ability and you said, hey, all of our finances are in order, we're ready to buy a home and it's a wise move, then buying here is still okay, even with the high interest rate, because you can even refinance if it goes back down to like the crazy
Well, can you imagine
interest
if you
rates that we
bought a
were
house
at.
at 10% today, what that house would be worth? You know, and how many times you could have refinanced it over the years from down to 6,
Right.
and then down to 3, and then
Right.
down to 2.
Yep.
And so if you have, let's say you're buying it a high interest rate, well, just refinance later.
Right, if it goes back down, yeah.
Because the only reason you wouldn't buy now is you think there's going to be a price correction. And I'm giving you all this data and all these reasons to say I don't think there's going to be a price
Well, and I think it's
correction.
important to say too that prices could, because I mean, like if you go on like Zillow.
Value correction.
Yes, because when you go on Zillow or something, you there are places that you're like, oh wow, it's gone down, the price has gone down, but the value of the home has
The
not.
appraisals. These
Because
are
people
appraisals.
are still thinking, oh, I can ask here when my house is appraised here. So this is what's correcting.
Well, that's the auction. The auction element is gone.
Right.
And so if you were asking $100,000 more than appraisal and you've adjusted your price down to appraisal and you call that prices are going down, well, that's not an indication values are not what we're talking about.
But I think that's what people see though, because when you go on these websites,
if you see that
it's housing,
and you use that to say the economy's crashing or house prices are crashing,
going down.
you're making a wrong assumption.
Because technically though, prices are going down because the original
values
price,
haven't.
yes, the
Values
original
haven't.
price was not even at the value, if that makes sense.
Well, what happened was I was playing golf with some guys in my neighborhood the other day, and we've had a huge, in Nashville, we've had a huge influx of Californians have come in here. And when you sell a house in California, it's a big price, and then you come into a city like Nashville or a city in, Jacksonville or something like that, you can buy twice as much house, 3 times as much house for what you sold your other house for in California. And so the Californians are just flush with cash, and then there's this bidding war, and so the house is actually appraised at $800,000, and they're paying $1 million.
Yeah, yeah.
And these guys I was playing golf with he goes, yeah, I put my house on the market, and I decided to take it off the market. I couldn't get that price for it, and I said, well, how much? He said, I had it priced like, $200,000 over market. I was looking for one of those California suckerfish.
Gosh, California, we love you. I feel like we're picking on California.
Well, that's what he was looking for. He was looking for
I
a buyer that was willing to pay more than value.
Okay,
Those are starting to go away, so those prices are going away down to actual value. That is not an indication that the real estate market's crashing.
Right.
So these are just more examples of refinance when the rates go down. Buy what you can now. You're going to get a better deal because the craziness is gone. The values are not dropping. The prices are coming down, which is good. It's what we want. And the prices are coming down because you don't have all that crazy froth in the market anymore. You also have sellers who are trying to get this top dollar that are getting out because they're like, if I can't make that way overvalued money, I'm not going to sell. This goes to everything I'm saying. Watch my videos if you want to see more on supply and demand and everything else. Mortgage Nerd out.